before I make my next statement so that y'all clearly understand that I'm not a member of the Nation of Islam. I am not of the fruit of Islam. Though I have studied the doctrine, I am not a member. They do not have my name on any record of their roll. But the message of the messenger is all wise, right, and exact. And I can prove it against anybody doctrine. I don't care who you is, because the doctrine is written in a code that only certain people know how to unravel. It took me for almost 50 years to learn how to unravel it. I studied for 45 years straight. And still studying. And still studying. And I ain't done. And because I'm a student first. I need to know what I'm up against if I want to change the condition. And this is what we up against. We up against ignorance, and we up against selfish greed. Those are our biggest two things that's we have to fight first. The divide and conquer is perpetuated by the ignorance. What do I mean by that? All right. So because I don't know what Clarence 13 next talking about, I dismiss him as being a foolish imbecile, never knowing Elijah sent him to the children that thought the discipline was too stern in the nation, they would never come. But somebody had to go to them. We had to have a dog in every fight to fight oppression. If we ever gonna get from under this divide and conquer, we had to have a dog in every fight. J. Edgar Hoover was a mulatto. Go look it up. He was black. He put down that document, the COINTELPRO mission statement that stopped the rise of any potential messiah that could incite the masses. He done that, and he was a nigga. All this time y'all been thinking the cross-dressing sissy was a white boy. J. Edgar Hoover was a nigga. Go look it up. General George Patton, the founder of the Black Panther Brigade in World War II, before you even knew about a Black Panther Party. He was an octoroon. You don't even know it. All these people are in strategic places for a reason. You got to have a dog in every fight. George H.W. Bush said it was 1,000 points of light. Don't think we don't got 1,000 dogs in 1,000 fights. Sometimes we got 2 in a fight. So when you look back and you start doing what they call a reverse engineering of the black community's leadership, you will start finding common denominators. Pay attention. Get this to Pharaoh. He need to understand this. Those common denominators are always a secret society. This either somebody that's taught by a member of a secret society, or they was an actual member themselves, or a former member. But they all had a mission, because we had to have a dog in every fight. So we had to have W.E.B. Du Bois in the NAACP. And we had to have Booker T. Washington, Carl Garvey over here. And we had to have Martin Luther King in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. You know? So we had to have a dog in every fight to get from under it. It's over now. If you naive Negroes stop trying to go at each other's head and tear down each other, we can walk out of this without no bloodshed. I don't see that happening because you niggas is too ignorant. Y'all like to revel in the foolishness and the ignorance that you have discovered 2 drops of knowledge and think you balling out of control with information. And you got a long way to go still. But I'm going to say it again. Young Pharaoh, I like that brother. But he got to tighten his ship up. He can't keep participating in this divide and conquer mechanism, because the next time I have to speak on it, he will be invited to Judgment Day as one of the ones who choose to condemn the minister, and he would have to answer for the same exact thing that he accusing him of, which is selling out the black community. Because anytime somebody got that many black people following them ain't no goddamn fools following him either. His supporters are not ignorant people. You got to pay attention to this. So you brought up him going into the prison industry, doing prison work, receiving grant money from the government to do that. And he went into prisons. He did the work. I know because I was there. I seen it with my own eyes. And I wasn't a member at the time that he was doing it. But I was watching. I was seeing them brothers coming in. When the money came through that allowed them to get materials to pass out in the prison, they passed it out. I seen it. I can produce members of the nation that I did time with that will show you information that was given to them by brothers if you need that. So he's not benefiting. The inmates was benefiting from that grant money. That was not for Farrakhan, nor was that for the nation. And the brother Abdullah in Chicago, who I know personally from Cook County Jail, he is over the prison ministry. And he's not a yes man. And he's not a kiss ass. Just because Farrakhan say something don't mean he's going to do it. If it don't sound right, he's not going to do it. And he's going to take whatever consequence come, because if he don't feel like it's right, he's going to stand on what he feel like is right. I know the brother. And I've sent him to ask Farrakhan questions before. Now, so we're going to not drag this out too much longer, because this is just like a little pointer, a warning, so to speak, to young Pharaoh that he's stepping into some shit and he don't know what he's stepping in. Judgment Day is here. Y'all got to understand this. The world been waiting a long time for this time frame we in now. This is Judgment Day. The games is over. Yeah, you can keep going on with this divide and conquer. You can continue on with it. But it won't end. It won't end well for you, Pharaoh. You will not have a kingdom to rule. But if you get on this unity doctrine and stop trying to tear people down in your own community, what you say, black privilege. Remember you talked about black privilege in reference to Farrakhan? That's exactly what you're doing. You see, I'm not benefiting nowhere because I don't give two shits about anything other than getting out of this oppressive system. So, if we gonna get out of this, I got the roadmap. And the map has 0 obstacles to navigate from this point forward. The only obstacle we have is ignorance and greed. Ignorance that is a perpetuation of the divide and conquer, and the selfish greed that feel like everything is about a dollar. It ain't all about the dollar all the time. The dollar is an illusion. It's just a mark, a placeholder to let you know how to find the beast. That's it. It's a die marker in the energy field of life to let you know what to follow in order to get back to the source of the disruption. Y'all don't understand that, then y'all should sit down until you understand what's going on. If your elders don't know, you can send them. Because the Moors are going to unleash a barrage of information you have never heard from them before. The Moors are going to do this. They've been forced to keep this information secret for a long time, and they've been dying to get it out. Now they're going to have the green light to release the information that's going to allow you to understand that these white people that's been oppressing you wasn't really oppressing you. It was you oppressing you all the time. And others that look like you. That's why I look like every time we start to come up, some more niggas cut us down at the knees, chop blockers. That's because under the code of righteousness, when you under the punishment of the gods, you have to suffer your punishment until it's to its very end. It's over. We did it. Pope Francis said that I failed. He a goddamn lie. I'm sitting right here talking to y'all. I'm going to say it again. Pope Francis said Satan is strong and he failed. I did not fucking fail. If y'all don't want no redemption, I could tear it all up and start all over. Francis is the motherfucker I want. Personally, man to man, I want to go over there with my Bowie knife, looking dead in his eye, cut that symbiote out his head. So y'all can see what the fuck been causing this problem. See, if you go look at the inauguration of Pope, pay attention. There's a 2-week period It could be anywhere from 2 days to 2 months while they're waiting on a pope to be named. What y'all don't, they got y'all believing that the Cardinals are voting. Bullshit. There's a parasite. And they made it in a movie called SG-1. It's called a Gaoud. In the SG-1, it go in your stomach. But in real life, it go in your eye. It look like a little maggot, about that long, hard, crusty black worm. And it go in your eye and it burrow into your colossus between your brain at the root of your brain, so that it can control both sides of both hemispheres of the brain. And it's been around that it can only go into certain people, and that's why they have 5, 6 candidates for a pope. By the time they get whittled down to 5 or 6 candidates, they went through thousands and thousands of cardinals and priests that you don't even know about. So you can be part of the problem, and you can be part of the solution. I'm bringing the solution. I'm telling you what you can do to help. Stop trying to go against the juggernaut. You do not understand what you're doing. That don't work. It can't work. Also, a brother that been real supportive of me, you don't understand all of the rights, you shouldn't speak on them. Crumb. And I'm going to leave that at that, because you know I love you to death. I've been waiting to work with you, and I think you've been ducking me too. But it ain't going to stop me from watching your videos and posting on your page, because I like you and I'm with this unity doctrine, and I ain't trying to tear nobody down. But y'all need to stop, all of y'all, go together to one place and come up with a game plan where y'all can work together. And guess what's going to happen? As a side effect of that, all of y'all stock value going to go up. All of y'all stock value going to go up. Not only that, it's going to give comfort and solace to a whole lot of people just looking to y'all for guidance and direction. We ain't got to worry about the imposters. They're going to expose themselves. Trust me. All we have to worry about is don't participate in the shenanigans of tearing each other down, and the game is up. It's over. Once we get past that, it's over. You know, when we can sit down and have a convention where we all barbecuing at the biggest park in the country, and everybody can't fit, it's over. It's over. We don't have to keep tearing each other down no more. The redemption is over. We done served our penance. We done earned our right to be back on top. The salt of the earth returns. The prodigal son returns. All of this stuff it's all you got to do is read the signs in your face. So, with that being said, I ain't going to keep y'all no longer. I'm going to go back through the comments. If there's any questions, I'm going to answer them. But y'all need to make sure y'all go on all out assault on young Pharaoh to tell him to stop the shenanigans. He need to get with this unity doctrine, or he's going to get cut down with the rest of the wicked. That's the only 2 options. There's only 2 positions. Righteous and unrighteous. There is no middle ground. There is no lukewarm position. You either righteous or you unrighteous. All of the righteous is talking unity doctrine, and all of the unrighteous is still in that same old divide and conquer bullshit. They're going to expose themselves. Be on the side of the righteous. Don't be on the side of the unrighteous. Remember that everybody watching and everybody if you walk, stop saying hello and hi. When you see people in the street now, say be on the side of the righteous. That's all you got to say now. And make it a common habit. That's the new greeting. Be on the side of the righteous, because there's only 2 positions. Everybody think they're going to heaven and they goddamn ain't. Everybody think they're going to heaven and they ain't. And the ones that ain't try to use the excuse to be lazy slobs by saying ain't no heaven. Yeah, and it ain't no son of man either. So, until I get my opportunity to get to Italy and kick them fags, them cross-dressers out of there and get them women back their temple, See, that's what the problem is, and none of y'all super smart bookworm Negroes know this. The whole oppression of Africans is to keep the women down. The whole oppression of Native Americans was to keep the women down. The whole oppression of the Asians when they came over here was to keep the women. All these cultures was prime root matriarchal cultures. So when y'all grasp that idea at its core, why do you want to keep your woman down? They trained you from a baby to abuse her mentally, emotionally, and physically. They trained you. Just like you go to boot camp to go fight a war, they sent you to boot camp to oppress your woman, your mama, your sister, your daughter, and your wife. And you accept that still. Because you don't have what it takes to be man enough to say, damn, we fucked up. They tricked us. They did. Somebody got to break the code, though. So here it is. The whole oppression was to hold back the women, and that's why they changed the words to confuse the innocent. The meek shall inherit the earth, and the strong shall lead. The translation is the feminine shall inherit the earth, and the masculine will lead. Man, y'all can't do no research. That's too easy. It's too easy. 144,000 women to flip the fucking grid so that these devils can't have this planet inhabitable no more. When the grid flipped, it's no longer inhabitable for the negative forces here. The only people authorized by the right of the earth right to flip the grid is women. And the only one that has the formula is the master of masters who was self-raised without the aid of a lodge. He the only one got the keys because all of the rest of the ones in the lodge are broken and missing. So, my main motivation is to get Earth back to the women and wake these strong brothers like Pharaoh from that slumber of divide and conquer that got us tearing each other down. If I could do those two things, I ain't got to do nothing else. The rest will take care of itself. The baby raping will stop. The cannibalism of the babies will stop. The prisoners people would stop going to prison. The educational failures will stop automatically by just restructuring how we supposed to live as humans. We living like serpents, like reptiles. We're not living mammalian. Examine mammals in the wild. That's why all of your elders always told you to study nature. That's what the word netter is, nature. If you don't study nature, if you don't study what's natural, then you're going to keep living synthetic. Like synthetic humans that was made in Babylon. And so from there, I hope I made enough sense to y'all and I didn't sound like a babbling idiot. Because sometimes people tend to think that if you talk with some sense that you sound like a babbling idiot. But that's the solution. Unity doctrine. You either with us or you against us. You don't have to agree with everything. The only thing you have to agree to is, I'm tired of being oppressed. I'm tired of this whole planet, not just my people, but the whole planet being oppressed. So we got to liberate the women first. So if you look around in pop culture, you'll see women rising to the top. They kissing ass. I'm telling you, they kissing ass. That's why they putting these women in key positions. They're giving them a voice now. They kissing ass. As soon as these women realize that, the ass kissing ain't gonna work. The ass kissing ain't gonna work. They won't settle for less than what they have, what's rightfully theirs. And we won't settle for less than what's rightfully ours. And the enemy that you perceiving as your enemy, he already done surrendered. He's just waiting on y'all to stop fighting each other so you can reap the rewards of heaven. And with that, I say I hope I was able to give y'all some information that's useful and pertinent to our salvation and liberation. And from there, I say I love y'all and keep your head up and keep moving forward.